Hello you guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a spring pop of color. So let's get right into it. So today we're going to do a pop of color. As you can see, I'm wearing this pistachio green type of color, and that is the inspo of today. So I pulled out an eyeshadow palette from the archives that I haven't used in a hot minute, and it's this Beautiess eyeshadow palette. This is their Aligning My Future palette, and as you can see, this is such a gorgeous palette. I haven't used this in such a long time. It has a little cute keychain with the lock that you open, which is so cute. And typically this would actually light up, but it doesn't work anymore. It's probably the battery already died. This is what the palette looks like. This side is going to be more of your pinks and your yellows, and the side of that I'm using today is this side where we have all of your purples, your pinks, your blues, your greens. So excited. I haven't used her in a minute, so we're going to use these tones right here. I'm going to prep today with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this one's in the shade Light Beige. I haven't used this concealer in such a long time. Today I'm most likely going to revisit products I haven't used in a minute. So these are one of them. She has very full coverage, so a little bit definitely goes a long way. A tip for these type of shadows, since these are more of that type of pastel color shadows, make sure you use a complete white base if you really want it to pop. That is going to help the shadow to pop and really give you that vibrant color payoff. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this white shade from the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions palette. I'm looking for that white base, and I feel like this would be perfect for that. Just like that. I'm gonna go in with all of these shades from this row. So I'm gonna start off with this color right here, and that is Dimension. And let's just really start adding dimension into that crease. I haven't played with this palette in such a long time. It's one of my favorite spring palettes for sure. I don't know if they're still making this palette, honestly. I don't know if they still have it. Hopefully they do in their website. But this is such a great one for the spring. It has all of your spring colors, all of your pops of colors. Such a beautiful palette. And I was thinking of actually doing a look with each of the color stories that it has. Just really show some love to this palette. So just really packing that into the crease. Since it's a light color, this truly will give that dimension before we start deepening it into the crease. With these specific colors, it is best to pat and just pack the color on. And while you pat in the eyeshadow, you're basically doing the blending for you. Let's move on to the next shade right here called Divine Mystery. And again, just packing on that color and giving it that nice blend. I did created this look back like 2 years ago. I did an all matte look. This time I want to add some sparkle. Hopefully it turns out well. Again, these are pastels, so these do take a little bit more time to kind of work with. Definitely giving the minty vibes. Next shade, Twinkle. And with the same brush, just building up that color until I have the amount that I want. These are such pretty shades. So pretty. I just love this type of minty green color. I feel like it's one of my favorites. It's giving that pistachio vibes or that type of mint chocolate vibes. Probably going to get one after this look. And this one I'm focusing it right at the outer corner where I want the most pigment, and just whatever's left, just bringing it in. But in person it looks so stunning. Love these shades. Okay, I'm going to switch into a more detailed brush, and I'm going to start deepening the crease. I'm going to go in with Next Move, and she is our next move for this look. And this one I do focus it just at the outer corner. You can start to see that minty color pop even more close to the lash line. And just really take your time building this color. Like I said, these are pastel colors, so they do kind of take more work to build up. Patience is key. Let me know if you guys do want that series of me doing more looks with this palette. I'm most definitely going to do it because I really want to show love to this palette and use all of these shades available. Okay, switching into a more tinier brush, and I'm going to take this shade called Find a Way, and I'm going to use Find a Way to start defining that crease and connecting it into the outer corner. Hopefully this palette is still available. It's one of my favorites, like truly one of the most beautiful, colorful spring shades that I own. Once I've added this into the crease, I will start to add this right in the lash line and just pack, 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 tap, tap, tap. You can always go back with the brush that you used before and just diffuse that shadow. Notice how I'm mostly going with tapping motions. That's what's truly going to do the drop for you and the blend for you. And going back with the very first one and just diffusing right in the outer corner of the eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm going to add more depth into the lash line. I'm going to take Good Karma right here with a very flat brush like this one, adding that just right on the lash line. This specific shade, Good Karma, is definitely giving like fairy vibes because it's like that type of whimsical green. I was thinking of adding a liner, but I don't know, you guys. I just love the way the shadow looks on its own. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the very first shades, which is Dimension, Divine Mystery, and Twinkle, just to add it right in the inner corner. Switching with a flat brush, I'm going to brighten up that inner corner. With this type of look, it's lots of back and forth, lots of building up, lots of just making sure that color is locked in, and just going back with next move and reinforcing that shadow. Okay, let's move on. I have an idea and I really wanted to try this NYX glitter. This is their glitter Brilliance, and I have this one in the shade Ice. So this one has that type of green reflect, and I am going to use today my NYX glitter primer. Just adding this just a tad bit on the inner corner. So just tap, tap, tap that primer in. I basically just wiped it on my hand just to make sure it's nicely even on the brush, and just tapping it onto the eyes just to make sure we don't lift that shadow. And you're going to feel it once you apply it. You're going to feel that wetness for sure. Okay, she is applied. Let's go in with the glitter. This is what she looks like. How pretty. Definitely giving like that fairy dust. I figured maybe this with a brush is going to apply more evenly. I do want that scattered effect, so I'm just going to go in with a brush, whatever's on the brush, and just tap it on the eyes. I feel like it's hardly going to be noticeable since it's like a more scattered glitter, but here's what it looks like. I feel like it's hardly going to pick up on camera. You might just see the eyeshadow matte. I promise you, in person it looks very beautiful. It's very fine too. The glitter does kind of fly everywhere. So you do have to definitely build up this glitter And it's very fine, so I feel like you're hardly going to be able to see the glitter. Like I said, hopefully the camera picks it up, but it's kind of falling onto my face, honestly. Okay, so I applied the glitter. I feel like it's hardly noticeable, but we're just gonna leave it how it is and apply some lashes. I'm gonna go in with my Benefit Bad Gal mascara to prep the lashes. Okay guys, I applied the mascara. I'm going to pop on some lashes and I'll be right back. Okay guys, lashes are on. It took me a minute to put them on, but they are nice and wispy. Today I used my Demi Wispies by Ardell, of course, my favorites. So I did pop more of that glitter into the inner corner. I hope you guys can see it more better now. I feel like that glitter is just very hard to apply and it kind of goes everywhere. So you do have to take the time to really prep with that glitter primer and just putting that glitter on top. So I just did it on the inner corner so you guys can see, and it turned out very nice and beautiful. Let's get into the skin. I'm gonna prep with a setting spray. I'm gonna go in with my Milani Make It Last. I really want to finish whatever I have left, and let's spray her into the skin. It literally doesn't spray anything at all, but I just really want to use her. Next up, I'm going to go in with my Cali Ray Soul Blown Primer, doing a little pore blurring moment. Just applying this on the T-zone. Today I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty foundation. This is the Luminous foundation. This one's in the shade 315. This one's going to give that soft glow on the skin while still providing that longevity. So I picked up a new Morphe brush. This one is their M104 foundation brush. This is my second time trying it out. I did try it out with the skin tint, LYS skin tint. I just wasn't a fan of the way it blended it out. So let's just see how it blends this foundation out. I've been absolutely loving all of Morphe's brushes. They just did such a fantastic job. So I'm just gonna blend this side just to really see how it looks. Of course, when you do buy new brushes, make sure that you wash them so you're able to see and have the brush perform at its best. Okay, I blended out the product well. This brush, it does blend better with liquids and creams, but I figured since it was a skin tint, it would have performed better. I would have to keep testing it out, but so far it's blending the foundation well. Looking nice and even. Let's go in with my Makeup by Mario contour stick, and this one's in the shade medium dark. I'm going to use this for both for contour and bronzer. Okay, next up, we're going to go in with this liquid blush. I haven't used it in a minute. This is the Juvia's Place Liquid Blushes. I have the shades Pink Lady and Blush Lily. Perfect for spring. So these are very pigmented. If you guys heard of these blushes, I'm telling you, these are even more pigmented than Rare Beauty. So beware and be careful how much product you're applying. So I just go in with, boop, just that much. You don't need a lot. I'm going in with Blush Lily, beautiful lilac shade. And again, just a little bit, not too much. And you're going to see how they blend. So just really starting to diffuse that. And you can see that is very pigmented. I'm telling you, these are like the most extreme pigmented blushes on the market right now. They blend a very long way. So yeah, these do have a more learning curve, but once you know how to use them, you're golden. So just going in, again, we literally just went with 2 dots on each cheek and look at that pigmentation. I'm telling you, these blushes do not come to play. So the best way to apply them is maybe under foundation, but right now I will show you guys how to also do it over foundation. You just apply a good amount of concealer. Just go in with your concealer step on top and it'll basically act as an eraser for you on the forehead and everywhere else. I'm telling you, these blushes are like a serious like situation blush moment. So for today's concealer, again, I'm just rediscovering products. I haven't used my Too Faced. These are the Born This Way concealer. I have two shades. I'm going to use warm beige and light beige, the same shade I used earlier. One to conceal and one to brighten. So I'm going to apply this here, right in the inner corner. And typically I would actually apply them together, but I'm going to blend that out first. And you'll see how this concealer will basically help tone down that blush that we just applied. So you see it just tones it down. And it just softens it up. Again, we still have to go in with the lighter shade, so it's definitely going to help soften the blush. So you can definitely see the difference that it made. Blending that concealer out on the edges, you can definitely see how it definitely helped that blush. Let's go in with light beige. Right at the inner corner, brighten it up. And just keeping that brightness right there in that area right there, making sure you don't drag it all the way down, which I sometimes accidentally do. And going back with that blush brush and blending those two together. Again, you can go in with your foundation brush and going over that blush if you feel like it hasn't completely gone away its intensity. And there you have it. It looks so pretty, giving that pink blush hues without it being too intense, which I can still see the color come through, of course, but I love it. The more blush, the merrier. So call me crazy, but I went in with the Huda Beauty. This is their lilac shade. Just one dot on top of that blush just to give that seamless blush look. Okay, let's go in with powder, and we're gonna go in with the Ultimate Pink Lilac Under Eye Powder Moment. I'm going to use these two shades, Cherry Blossom and their Ube Birthday Cake. So I'm going to use Cherry Blossom and then apply Ube right at the side of the cheek. And this is just the perfect under eye combo for spring. I just love it. Going in with Cherry Blossom. And you can see it's definitely giving me that brightness. Now applying Ube Birthday Cake just right there, right at the outer corner of the cheek. It's going to give that beautiful seamless blend. Like, look at that. That is so gorgeous. If you haven't tried this technique, try it out. That powder combo is like spring pink goodness. So just blending in whatever's left. That powder is nicely pressed under the eyes. Whatever's left, using it on the forehead and on the T-zone. And that is the pink under eye combo. Tell me that doesn't look so gorgeous. Under the eyes, so beautiful, so spring-like. I just love this combo. I'm definitely going to be doing it more often because it's just so stunning under the eyes. Another blush I do want to mention to you guys, which is an affordable option. The Beautiess Place blushes are affordable, but I do want to mention a more affordable option that I literally set aside to show you guys in this video. It's the Moira. This is their Love Heat Cream Blush, and this is in the shade I Love You, and this is such a beautiful shade for spring. So if you guys want a more affordable option, try these Moira cream blushes. You're absolutely going to love them. Let's set the rest of the skin. I'm just gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty. This is their powder foundation. This one's in the shade 300. Let's bronze the skin. Again, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and this one's in the shade Caramel Cutie. Using lots of Fenty Beauty today, which I love. This shade definitely matches with the cream contour by Makeup by Mario. They both have those cool tone shades. Okay guys, let's apply a little bit more blush. I know she's crazy, she loves the blush, but I just have to do it because I just feel like it'll really pull the look together. So I'm gonna go in with this combo right here. I'm gonna go in with Patrick Ta, She's a Doll, it's their pink shade, and then Happy from Rare Beauty, which is their luminous shade. I want to avoid to apply highlight honestly, so the Rare Beauty is going to be a perfect combo. So just one tap of the Patrick Ta, just bringing that blush back. Look at that difference that it made already. You just need one tap and it'll definitely provide that pigment for you. Just one tippity tap. Now going in with Rare Beauty and just applying it right at the high points. Since it's a more luminous blush, it gives that nice touch. Okay, let's go back in with the eyes. I'm just going to use the same shades on my lower lash line. Okay guys, I'm going to go in with a white liner. I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever Artist Pencil, and this one's in the shade All Around White. This liner definitely brightens up the eye. So what I like to do to avoid it looking too white, I go in with a dark color. So the very last color, the dark green, I'm going to apply that into my waterline. So taking Good Karma and just applying that right there, setting that pencil. And you can see how it starts to look more flattering on the eyes. And this is a good hack. Instead of just going with a colored eye pencil, which those are actually still good, but if you don't own a color, just go in with a white eyeliner, and whatever color you're using, just stamp it, and it's going to provide that color for you. It's going to look crazy right now, but once we apply mascara, it's going to look put together. Going back with that same mascara for a light coat. And just like that, you guys, I popped in a white inner corner from the Patrick Ta palette just on top of that glitter because it kind of needed that pop, but it definitely pulled the look together. I feel like the camera's not doing justice. Like in person, it looks so pretty, but hopefully you guys can see how the look turned out. Definitely giving me the doll eyes, and just going in with that same white eyeshadow and popping it in the bridge of the nose to brighten it up. Okay guys, let's go in with the lip of the day. So today I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Lifter liners. So I'm going to use two shades, Cross the Line and On It. So Cross the Line's a very deep shade. Like it's very deep. So that's why I'm going to use the other one just to brighten up that lip line. Just like that. I'm telling you, it's very dark, but going in with On It on top, it's going to lighten up that lip line. Just like that. You can definitely see the difference it made. So I'm going to go in with an oldie but a goodie. This is the Milani Fetish lipstick, and this one's in the shade Pleasure. Just popping this right in the center. So pretty. These lipsticks are such a staple. They can literally help create any lip combo for you. I love this shade Pleasure, and I love the other one that's called Tease. Such a beautiful formula at the drugstore. Try it out if you haven't. And I haven't used this gloss in a while. I found it so perfect and fitting for today's look. This is the Gibbs Beauty Dewy Plump Lip Collagen Gel. This one's in the shade Peony. Perfect for spring. I don't know if they still make these. This is what the applicator looks like. Such a beautiful pink for spring. I have to say, this is, apart from the Fenty ones, this is like another favorite formula from Sephora. I don't know if it's still available. I did see that they were kind of discontinuing and removing their products from the shelves, basically just trying to empty the shelves. So hopefully they just change like the packaging. But honestly, I love this brand and this product in specific. So pretty. It doesn't go as bright pink. It is a very wearable pink. It doesn't go as bright, but it's so pretty with this look. It's definitely a unique formula. It feels very cushiony on your lips while still providing that hydration. Hopefully this brand is still available and this lip product is still available because I love it. They have some great products. Okay, last step, you guys. We have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Spray, and we are going to use her to set this glam. Make sure you shake it up before you use it. And by the way, you guys, I did see Huda Beauty's post that the size of the ball is the same size of something about the bottle inside of the way it's created, and that's why it gets stuck. It's so good to see when brands just listen to you and they're willing to just do better with their brand and products. Twist it up, spray away, and let's set this glam. And that's it, you guys. We are all done. Okay, guys, this is the final glam. I hope you guys enjoyed this glam. This is such a fun look. Definitely giving pistachio minty vibes. I'm just here for it. I had to recreate that look. I probably did it around 2 years ago, if I remember. I just had to recreate this look. It was just so stunning. Doing all these type of tones for spring, they're just absolutely beautiful. Let me know if you guys want me to do more looks with that palette. I'm most likely going to, because I just have to show that palette love. It has so many stunning, beautiful, colorful shades in that palette. I just have to reuse it again for another video. Let me know what other ideas you have for me in the future. Let me know, write them down in the comments. If you guys are new here, welcome. I'm happy to have you guys here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.